stunned, you know, and I felt really inept intellectually to be able to stay with him. And
welcome back to Stardom Uncut. At 80 years old, Eric Clapton has lived through and helped shape multiple eras of modern music. From the British blues explosion to arena rock and intimate acoustic storytelling, Clapton's career has spanned more than 6 decades. When reflecting on the albums he considers untouchable, his choices reveal not just musical brilliance, but emotional weight, innovation, and lasting influence. Here are the 7 albums Clapton has often praised as masterpieces that stand the test of time. 1. Kind of Blue, Miles Davis, 1959. Clapton has often spoken about the importance of feel over flash, and Kind of Blue embodies that philosophy. The album's modal structure created space, room for instruments to breathe and converse. Rather than rapid chord changes, it allowed musicians to explore mood and tone. For a guitarist like Clapton, this was transformative. He learned that restraint can be more powerful than speed. The subtle phrasing of Davis's trumpet and the atmospheric piano lines showed how silence can shape emotion just as much as sound. Clapton admired how the album feels timeless. There's no sense of urgency to impress, only a commitment to expression. That calm confidence influenced Clapton's blues playing, especially in slower, more reflective solos. To him, Kind of Blue isn't just a jazz record. It's a masterclass in listening, patience, and musical conversation, qualities he believes separate great musicians from technical ones. 2. Highway 61 Revisited, Bob Dylan, 1965. Clapton considers this album revolutionary. When Dylan went electric, it wasn't just a stylistic shift, it was a cultural explosion. Highway 61 Revisited proved that rock music could be intellectually daring and lyrically fearless. Clapton admired the boldness of Like a Rolling Stone, a track that shattered expectations about structure and length. Dylan's voice wasn't polished, but it carried conviction, and that authenticity resonated deeply with Clapton. The album's blues undercurrent also connected with Clapton's roots. It blended poetic storytelling with raw energy. Clapton has said that Dylan showed musicians they didn't need perfection, they needed honesty. For Clapton, this album is untouchable because it changed what songwriting could be. It expanded rock beyond love songs into social commentary and surreal imagery, proving that popular music could also be profound. 3. Are You Experienced? The Jimi Hendrix Experience, 1967. Clapton has openly admitted that hearing Hendrix was shocking. Are You Experienced redefined electric guitar overnight. Feedback became art. Distortion became expression. Clapton respected Hendrix not just for technical ability but for imagination. Songs like Purple Haze sounded like nothing the world had heard before. Hendrix didn't just play guitar, he transformed it into a voice of its own. Rather than feeling threatened, Clapton felt inspired. He realized the instrument had limitless possibilities. The album's psychedelic textures pushed boundaries while still remaining rooted in blues, a foundation Clapton deeply valued. To Clapton, this album is untouchable because it represents fearless innovation. It proved that breaking rules can create entirely new musical languages. 4. The Freewheelin Bob Dylan, Bob Dylan, 1963. This album showed Clapton the power of simplicity, just acoustic guitar, harmonica, and voice, but enormous emotional impact. Songs like Blowin' in the Wind demonstrated how minimal arrangements could carry universal messages. Clapton admired the courage it took to let lyrics stand front and center without studio embellishment. The record also emphasized vulnerability. Dylan sounded human, imperfect, and honest. Clapton has often gravitated towards stripped-down blues performances, and this album reinforced that raw storytelling can be more moving than complex production. For Clapton, its untouchable quality lies in purity. It's music that feels direct and unfiltered, timeless, because it speaks truth without decoration. 5. Abbey Road, The Beatles, 1969. For Eric Clapton, Abbey Road represents the sound of a band reaching artistic maturity at exactly the right moment. By 1969, the Beatles were no longer just a pop phenomenon. They were master craftsmen in the studio. Clapton admired how the album blended experimentation with structure. It wasn't chaotic innovation, it was refined ambition. The production quality deeply impressed him. The layering of harmonies, the orchestration, the subtle guitar textures, everything felt intentional. Songs like Something, written by George Harrison, carried emotional depth and melodic sophistication. Clapton, who shared a close friendship with Harrison, appreciated the growth Harrison displayed as a songwriter and guitarist on this record. What makes Abbey Road untouchable in Clapton's eyes is the seamless medley on side 2. The way individual fragments were stitched together into one continuous musical journey showed vision and unity. It proved that rock albums could function as cohesive artistic statements rather than collections of singles. Clapton also admired the band's willingness to evolve while preserving their identity. They pushed boundaries without losing accessibility. For him, Abbey Road stands as proof that true greatness lies in collaboration, discipline, and bold creativity balanced with musical restraint. 6. Blonde on Blonde, Bob Dylan, 1966. Clapton views Blonde on Blonde as a landmark achievement in both songwriting and atmosphere. Unlike the direct protest tone of Dylan's earlier work, this album felt dreamlike and layered. Its surreal lyrics floated over blues-infused rock arrangements, creating a mood that felt both grounded and otherworldly. Clapton has admired how the album refuses to rush. It unfolds gradually, allowing listeners to sink into its texture. Tracks like Visions of Johanna stretch beyond traditional pop structures, emphasizing feeling over formula. For a blues-based guitarist like Clapton, that freedom was inspiring. It reinforced the idea that music doesn't have to follow strict rules to resonate deeply. The Nashville session musicians brought warmth and groove, giving the album a loose yet controlled energy. Clapton appreciated how the instrumentation never overshadowed the lyrics. It supported them. That balance between poetry and rhythm made the record timeless. To Clapton, Blonde on Blonde is untouchable because it captures complexity without losing emotional impact. It invites repeated listening, revealing new layers each time. It represents a fearless step forward in artistic exploration, proving that popular music could be mysterious, intellectual, and soulful all at once. Although it's his own work with Derek and the Dominoes, Clapton considers Layla and other assorted love songs untouchable because of its emotional honesty. Created during a turbulent and deeply personal period of his life, the album captured heartbreak, longing, and vulnerability without filters. Clapton poured raw feeling into every guitar line. The interplay between him and Duane Allman created a powerful dual guitar dynamic that blended blues roots with soaring melodic lines. Rather than polished perfection, the album carries a loose, almost live energy that enhances its authenticity. The title track, Layla, became iconic, but for Clapton, the deeper cuts hold equal weight. Songs like Bell Bottom Blues and Why Does Love Got to Be So Sad reveal a man processing emotion in real time. That sincerity is what he values most. Clapton has often said that great art comes from truth. This album wasn't manufactured. It was lived. Its imperfections make it human. Decades later, its passion still resonates because it reflects genuine experience. For Clapton, that raw emotional core is what makes Layla forever untouchable. At 80, Eric Clapton's untouchable albums reflect artistry over trend, emotion over flash, and influence over hype. From jazz innovation to folk poetry and psychedelic revolution, each record shaped not only music history, but Clapton's own musical DNA.